contest is a professional bout in the RFO featherweight division. It is brought to you by Affordable Lawn Care, and it is your main event of the evening. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the blue corner, please welcome Felony Charles Bennett.
Well, John, is Mike Cardona and JT Miller wrap it up, and now we're here with Charles Bennett on his way to the cage. I gotta tell you, man, this is the last Friday night. I have thoroughly enjoyed working with you, man. This is awesome. I hope we get to do it again.
This place has been absolutely electric, and the amateur fights have lived up to the hype. The pro fights have been absolutely crazy, but now we're going to see somebody who's, you want to talk about crazy. This guy has 61 professional fights.
Man.
61. It is Charles Bennett comes in here. It is unbelievable this guy will fight anybody, anywhere. It is currently the end of March. He fought in February. Why not, right? Who cares? So he just is so busy. It's astounding. And he's been all over the place. He's won by KO. He's lost by decision. He's lost by submission. He's won by submission, lost by submission. With 61 fights, it's pretty self-explanatory that he'll fight you.
Absolutely.
Literally, figuratively, anywhere, anytime, any place. Excuse me, I have the hiccups, I apologize.
And this is amazing, because here's a guy who walks out. If you got 61 professional fights, hey, listen, this cage is your second home. You feel like you're walking into your own bathroom or your bedroom. You are comfortable in there. And he is coming in to take on, again, a local boy and Cody, the Wolverine Stevens. But listen, Charles Bennett, he's been doing this a while, 61 pro fights. He's coming to fight tonight.
Yeah, he's been at this game since 1999. So a good, solid 18 years he's been at it. And he's been pretty consistent all the way through. The only outlier was 2002. He only took one fight. But every year, multiple fights as he goes along. So it's really it's amazing to see how much this guy is willing to fight. And he's not been in any like low-level promotions. I take that back. He didn't fight in 2013 or 14.
Yeah.
Took some time off, but since 2015 and all of 16, in 2016, he took 5 fights. That for a professional, that is a heck of a lot.
That's a heavy amount of camps. You got to think, you know, a lot of times fans come in, they see the night of the fight, but they don't see that 8-9 weeks prior to a fight, leading into a camp, cutting away, being away from your family, you know, giving up things that you love for something you love more, and that's to compete. And obviously a sport that this guy loves with 61 professional fights.
And his opponent, making his way down the aisle into the red corner, please welcome Cody, the Wolverine Stevens!
Well, here he comes from Strong Style, the Wolverine. And man, this place is just getting ready to erupt. But I gotta be honest with you, man, listen, I watched Charles Bennett just walk by and he looked down and he smiled and he shrugged his shoulders. He said, hey, it's just another day in the office for me.
Absolutely, 61 fights, he could care less that, you know,
don't care.
That 95% of this place is here for Cody Stevens, and the other 5% just jumped on the bandwagon.
Absolutely.
Because coming from Ocala, Florida, Charles Bennett's pretty much got his corner, and that's about it.
That's right. But he's got our respect, John. You got 61 professional fights. You got my respect.
Absolutely. If you've done anything 61 times, you got my respect.
Here's Cody, the Wolverine Stevens, making his way to the cage. A lot of people here on their feet in the historic Cleveland Messianic Auditorium. This building has been phenomenal for MMA. And boy, I hope to be back in this room for some more shows in the future. This place is electric, man.
And although we're watching Cody right now get greased up, Charles Bennett he's sitting in his corner, just talking to his corner man. Like you said, yeah, whatever, no big deal.
It amazes me, and I'll be honest with you, that kind of poise and that kind of calm and collectiveness before a fight is someone just, look at him, he's laying down.
Oh my God, he's posing.
He's posing.
Like he's doing.
He just don't care. The photographer's taking pictures, and he looks like a supermodel out there. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh my Lord. For those of you at home, if you remember the show Seinfeld when Kramer was filming George Costanza and having him do the photo shoot, that's just what Charles Bennett looked like, except only in shape.
He just did it. And here's the deal, maybe it's a mental tactic. Look, half the room went from watching Cody get ready to fight to taking pictures of Charles Bennett. Maybe he's trying to get in his head.
I'll tell you what, he got our attention.
He did.
Oh, and by the way, Cody Stevens is getting greased up by Marcus Marinelli right now, and he'll be coming into the cage. Cody, no stranger to the cage as well, even though Charles Bennett, 29-30-2, 61 professional fights. Cody Stevens comes in here 12-9-1 as a professional, 9-1 amateur. For those of you in Northeast Ohio that may have been there, one of my absolute all-time favorite fights was Zach Moomey, Cody Stevens, NAAFS Night of Champions in Warren, Ohio. It was a treat. Now, Cody's coming off an injury, did have a hamstring injury. Let's see how he starts tonight, if that has any lingering effects. Let's send it up to Jake Digman for your main event.
The following contest is a professional bout in the RFO featherweight division. This bout is brought to you by Affordable Lawn Care. This bout is sanctioned by the Ohio Athletic Commission under the offices of Executive Director Mr. Bernie Perfato. Your inspectors for this contest are Dave Myers and Cy Wheeler. Your judges for this bout are Mike Berry, Jason Denmead, and Karen Rocco. Your timekeeper for this bout is Angie Poe. Your physician at cage side for this bout is Dr. Alan Klein. And now, Cleveland, Ohio, we are being broadcast all over the world on Flow Combat. Make your voices heard, because this is your main event of the evening! Introducing first in the blue corner, he fights out of Ocala, Florida. He weighed in at 145 pounds, representing Team Felony with a professional record, 29 wins, 30 losses, 2 no contests. Please welcome Felony Charles Bennett! His opponent in the red corner, he fights out of Mansfield, Ohio. He weighed in at 145 pounds, representing Strong Style Fight Team. He has a professional record, 12 wins, 9 losses, and 1 no contest. Please welcome Cody the Wolverine Stevens. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. When the action begins, your referee is Jerry Poe.
Here we go, to the center. Gentlemen, this is the main event. You've got your rules in the back. Take several times, big like a all times. Touch them up now. Let's do this.
Well, John, here we go. And I got to say, man, if you got 29 wins, that's nothing to laugh at.
Absolutely not. And, you know, you talked about the experience differential. Cody Stevens actually took time off and went to Thailand to work on his Muay Thai kickboxing game. So Cody may have been away for a little while, but he was still training and training at a high level.
That's right. With guys feeling it out, you can just see the experience, though, all over the face of Charles Bennett here.
Charles Bennett standing southpaw, very quick.
Very quick hands. Wow, doubled up on that overhand. It was a nice counter strike there by Cody. Just threw that right down the pike. Touched him, didn't touch him with a lot of power.
Charles Bennett's backing Cody up right into his own corner. Cody throws a nice
throw. He's going to go right for that takedown. He's going to shoot for that single leg, going for the double leg.
And Charles Bennett's got a guillotine in, but Cody's going to pass the legs, and he's fine. Anything Charles Bennett doing right now with that guillotine is just wasting his own arm strength.
Absolutely. Once you get to the side,
look, he's waving to the crowd. He's waving up at Mike Roble, a photographer.
Waving to the camera. Maybe he's got a career post-fighting in.
Look, he is
in men's fashion.
He is actually looking at the owner of Shoot It MMA and smiling and making laughing faces.
Wow.
This is
He's talking to the photographer why he's getting blasted with them knees. I don't know if that is a tactic, but he goes for a reversal. I mean, look, with the switch, gets into the guard. Gonna pick him up, they're gonna go back to their feet. He's gonna give him a ride of his own, it looks like. And he does, unbelievable. He's smiling, he's having fun. Listen, you've done this 60 times, man, you feel confident. I'm guessing that's just part of doing it 60 times.
I'm beside myself. I've never seen anybody been this much of a goof.
Ever. The only thing I can think of that comes closest was when Nate Diaz laid down in the middle of the ring in a UFC fight.
Yeah,
he went on to lose that fight, but I thought, what a goof.
We should be doing play-by-play in color, and we're here talking about Charles Bennett, his antics. But there's a method to his madness.
I guess there is.
You know, he stood there, he took a couple of knees, immediately reversed position.
And now he's in the dominant position, and he's looking to advance his position. Again, not a lot of action in the fight. He's got those legs pinned down. The Wolverine is really working hard, trying to get there and get some strikes on the head. Elbows landing into the ear.
Cody looking for an armbar right now.
He's going to attack the arm. Right now, though, the speed of Charles Bennett is something to be impressive. He's quick with his hands, and he does things with great intentionality. That's been clear here.
And right now we got 1:45 left in the round, but Charles Bennett is in control.
He is. He's in that dominant position. He's controlling the hips. He is eating some elbows to his shoulder, even to his own ear, but it doesn't seem like there's enough power behind them to damage. And there's going to be a reversal by Stevens, and
Bennett looks like he's going for a Kimura if he could get back to full guard. He's got Cody.
He's got the arm. He's got the arm locked up and in a bad position. Let's see what he does here. Right now, he's got the arm locked up. Cody trying to advance his position,
but he's kind of stuck.
If they lay here too much, you can see Jerry Poe moving in. If they lay here in the stall position, he's going to stand him up. See a little bit of activity, some knees being thrown by the Wolverine. And there he goes, right into the mount. That's what we love about the referees. They're smart enough to let these guys work it out. Advance your position. Now, Cody Stevens into the dominant position. He's sitting in the full mount, trying to get his head free. You got 26 seconds left in this first round, and he's getting some elbows, them short elbows onto the head of Charles Bennett. And those can be dangerous, man. They're like a can opener. They can open you up quick. And there's a pretty good forearm elbow that lands again. Cody driving that elbow down and driving his head into Bennett's head, trying to land the big elbow, and he's going to take his back. There's a big elbow. And again, they stop it here due to short time, and we're going to go to the second round. We got another round of that.
Well, if nothing else, Charles Felony Bennett is the most entertaining fighter I've seen in a long time.
In a long time. Look at this guy here in the replay.
Look, he's waving to Mike Roble
at the camera. How many people are in a fight stopping to wave at the camera? Bizarre. Hey, and guess what? If the guy wins the fight, we're going to look back and go, hey, whatever. You know, but the other part is, if the guy loses the fight, you go, are you focused? Are you paying attention?
Right.
Is your head in the game?
You look like a clown.
Man, that first round slam was big, right? You've seen him get back, pick him up, and give him a ride. And it thundered through the Cleveland Messianic Auditorium. It was big, man.
I got to believe, though, when all said and done and you boil everything down.
Watch this, watch this. This is great. Boom, man, the thunder hit the room. And they're back.
Here we go for round 2. They don't touch him up.
Round 2, they're back to the action. There's a nice leg kick. Landed on the outside of that left leg. And he goes up top, man, just misses the chin. It seems that Charles Bennett has his mouth open. Typically, that's not good for a fighter. When you see them with their mouth open, they're beginning to breathe hard. And either they're baiting him or he's legitimately tired.
There's no doubt in my mind he's trying to bait him into something because he's acting like he's exhausted. I think he wants Cody to close the distance.
He's ready for that counter. You can see he's got that right loaded up. Oh, he's playing a game. He is playing a game. Oh, and he strikes. You're right. There it is, John. He's baiting him in. Nice kick of his own.
And Bennett keeps switching his stance from southpaw to traditional.
There's an outside leg kick from the Wolverine, lands. But Charles Bennett seems to be playing this game with Stevens, almost inviting him to kick him. I think he's setting up that counter strike, and there he leads with that 3 and then throws that 2.
I think he was setting up that counter strike because what was happening is Cody was throwing the leg kick with reckless abandonment, but he didn't have a hand in Bennett's face to distract him. And I think he was saying, you know what, I'll eat a leg kick for a knockout.
Yeah, here we go. So he got it down, he's back. Cody finds himself in the dominant position, but he's not dropping anything heavy. Busy, small strikes, they do score points.
I mean, there's no doubt Cody, when he does, he hits with a ton of power. That's but right. Bennett just has him wrapped up enough to where there's not super significant stuff.
See Bennett trying to attack the arm. At this point in the time, and 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the second round, I really question all the tactics of Charles Bennett in this fight. I don't know if he's baiting, if he's being serious, if he's legitimately hurting. Cody just continues to stay heavy pressure, trying to grind him out. He's got one leg stuck. He's trying to clear that leg. Charles Bennett trying to get that ankle up and over the top.
And I think Bennett's just trying to stall and make Jerry Poe stand him up.
Just holding the head down. Again, Stevens staying real heavy here in the fight, staying heavy on his opponent. Not a lot of action. That's the other thing. In that down position, you're not taking any big damage. It's Charles Bennett just resting. You know, right now, Stevens is working hard.
Just under 2 minutes to go in this round, and I question Charles Bennett. What are you just hoping that Jerry Poe stands you up? I mean, it looks like he's made no attempt.
No attempt. And he's just getting, those ribs are getting peppered right now with punches by Stevens. He's just keeping heavy. He'll grind him out. You know, worst case scenario is just going to grind and grind. And these are the kind of fights that really fans don't want to see. You don't want to see two guys land on top of each other and grind them out. And now Charles is trying to get out the back door, it looks. But Stevens in the mount position.
Stevens
there
looking
he goes,
for,
dropping some hammers now.
Stevens initially was looking for an Americana from the mount position.
He's dropping some of them short elbows. Those things are deadly, man. They can open you up in a hurry, and let's just face it, it don't take much over the eye, around the eye to bleed.
Especially if it's above the eye socket.
Absolutely.
That means the fight's going to be stopped, because you could bleed all you want as long as the cut's below the eye.
Yep.
When it's above and it's bleeding into the eye and impairing vision, the referee has to side with fighter safety.
Cody Stevens on the strikes, he's throwing more strikes, he's got more strikes landed. Nothing of real significance, but again, dominant position, controlling his opponent, peppering his ribs, catching him with the short elbows. Charles Bennett better do something besides pose for the camera and smile and wink. And there he is, catching him with them short punches. Punches and bunches, beating the body up. Stevens staying heavy on top. There's a good strike, lands in the face of Bennett. And there we go, we're gonna go to the third round, John. But clearly thus far, dominant position, the amount of time on top, the most strikes. Right now, man, this fight has Cody, the Wolverine Stevens, written all over it.
I mean, it's depending how that first round goes.
Absolutely.
We could be 1 round apiece or 2 rounds Stevens.
Yeah.
And Charles Bennett's, doubled over in his corner. I mean, he's joking with this corner man, it looks like. No, he doesn't look like he's joking. I take that back.
Yeah, he's wanting some water now, and maybe he's laughing jokes on us, because he's going to go back to Florida where the sun's shining, and we are still in Northeast Ohio where it's cold and gray, bud.
Well, if he keeps this up, he's going to go back to Florida with a loss.
Absolutely. All right, we're getting ready for the third round here. First round, up in the air. Second round, definitely all Stevens. They touch gloves for the third round, and here they go.
Now, there's no way with 61 fights you came in out of shape.
Yeah. Just hands down, chin out. He's trying to bait Stevens into something here. If nothing else, this has been one of the most bizarre fights I've ever called. And I could say if there's any young fighters, any amateur fighters, any young fighters out there watching, man, we want you to take your craft serious. And we like to say, man, keep your hands up, your chins down, and your eyes open.
Yeah, but then again, Anderson Silva made a career out of that.
That is true. And let's not forget, Cody Garnbart and Dominic Cruz, they had a display of it themselves.
Yep.
It's an outside leg kick from Stevens.
Bennett is just letting these happen. He's got to have thighs as...
And he just goes to his back.
Looked like he wanted to try a throw, but slipped.
Yeah, definitely as the fight goes on, the fighters get sweatier. It's harder to lock up your jits. It's harder to lock up your submissions. He does got one leg in, and he's in position for a switch, but it looks like he's about to get back in the mount position. There he goes. And again, the Wolverine, heavy on his legs, heavy on his hips, keeping his posture down, and just controlling him, just taking Bennett wherever he wants him to go on the ground. Right now, Bennett just lays flat on his back.
And he's got to understand, he's only got 3 minutes left in this fight.
Absolutely. He better do something now, or he's going back to sunny Florida with an L. And that's the beauty thing about MMA. The guy's holding you, just pick him up and slam. You look at him digging the chin into the eye socket.
Yeah, I almost wonder if that's legal.
I don't know, but it just happened.
I mean, would that be defined as an eye poke?
He's just making it a gritty fight. He's grinding him out. And then he goes over to side control. He's going to start working there. He's going to pin that arm back, and he's going to go after this submission. He's going to go after finishing this fight. I think he's done playing. I think he's feeling the disrespect somewhat, and he's going after it. He's going to side control. He's got the head and arm. He's got the arm pinned. And there he goes. There's those elbows again. Charles Bennett now giving a little bit of effort trying to get off the bottom, but he is just, he's literally, and there he's going to be out. You know, sometimes desperate, and he's back to the guard. And there's a big shot from Stevens. Body, body, head is what we like to say here from the corner.
Yeah, and Cody's doing that. Bennett does it. He's doing a good job of not allowing Cody to really tee off on him, but he's done nothing to get his position improved.
Right, just eating those knees, eating the knees. He has spent the majority of the last 2 rounds of this fight on his back.
And Cody's now going for a head and arm choke.
Head and arm choke, full mount. He's trying to finish. He's got 1:20. Bennett might go to sleep.
Bennett's doing a good job, as they say, answering the phone.
That's right. Got that arm in the right position to defend it. He can't tell if he's out, but no.
No,
he's still there. You're right, he's done a good job of getting that arm in there. Can he lock this up? Well, he's gonna slip out. Again, as we talked about, this 3rd round, it's hard on those submissions. Everyone's sweaty, harder to lock it up.
Yeah, with just over 30 seconds left, if Charles Bennett wants to go home with a W, he better get busy.
Oh, just ate a big elbow from Stevens. We're down to 25 seconds. And the Wolverine just remains in dominant position, just peppering the body. Now he's landing some bigger strikes to the head of his opponent, Charles Bennett. And just taking damage to the rib. Now again to the head.
And the crowd senses it, and it's going to be at least a 29-28 victory for Stevens.
And it's over.
If not, a 30-28. Or 30-27, excuse me.
Absolutely.
But there's no reason to believe Cody the Wolverine Stevens is not your main event winner at RFO Big Guns 23.
Just kind of looking at Bennett. Got his feet up on the cage. Hard day at work, man. He's just resting. Moves to 30-30, and wow.
You know, Bennett, he shows weighing 158 pounds at mixedmartialarts.com. This fight was at 145. I'm not sure if maybe he cut too much weight.
I don't know.
And gassed himself by the 2nd round.
Well, you got a very happy hometown here for the hero.
Oh, and Mike Roble is going to come over and get some more shots.
And there's Bennett still smiling.
Well, if nothing else, he gave Mike Roble and Shoot It MMA a ton of material.
And he's back. He's up.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for both of these main event RFO warriors. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, where all 3 judges have scored this contest 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Cody the Wolverine Stevens!
I'm here with your winner, Cody Stevens. Some people were asking me this week, how could you put your friend up against the legend coming off a loss? And I told him, because I know what you're capable of, and true friends put you in positions to make you the best person that you can be. Tonight, you fought a legend, and you fought like a legend, because you are. Every time that you step up and fight someone that's tough, that everybody knows, everyone knows Cody Stevens. I'm going to let you take the mic, but I love you, and you fought tonight
so we'll
like the Cody Stevens that we grow to know and love.
Thank you, Matt Trukovich, Melissa Trukovich, and everybody involved in RFO for staying the course. You guys stay the course, man. You know what I mean? I don't take time off. I don't take a 6-month hiatus, a 2-week hiatus. I am constantly grinding. I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am, and I get what I get because I live in beast mode. That's what it is. Before I even signed to fight, you know, a legend like Charles Bennett, I was going with the hashtag legend or bust. You know what I mean? Like I was just telling Pito in the back. He's like, oh, that dude's a legend. He's dead. I said, you know, it's like from the Sandlot. You know, I always remember that ever since I was a kid. It said, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And I want to be a legend, man. That's what I want to be in this sport. And you know why? It's only because of people like you, each and every one of you. Rather you know me, love me, or whatever, as long as you respect this sport and you give this sport love, I love you, man. Thank you guys all, and I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Let's keep riding, man. Let's keep riding.